the right to get an extra couple of metres.
That's exactly what he does. Man on the mark can only watch as Sparrow drops it right to the top of the goal square.
Do you think the AFL tightens up on that after the weekend, Louis, or do you think they like the fact that the guys might be more inclined to go for those longer shots?
Well, I think what we saw early on in this game, as soon as that player tended to arc out, the umpire called play on. I think they've missed a few late in the game, but it's also up to the player on the mark to realise when play on has been called.
You be careful that you don't go too early. Fremantle shove the ball forward into open space. Mundy overruns it. Oliver will have a successful game 100. Rivers. Jordan, really sharp on debut. Back to Rivers, to McDonald. Good mark out there by Cox. Fife. Chera. And Taberner.
Yeah, poor kick coming out of the defensive 50 by Rivers. Just sat it on Tom McDonald's head. What you want as a forward, just in front so you can run and jump at it. And then Fife, just the ability to realise we had a quick turnover.
Kick one, Matty Taberner. Tries to hook it round the body. Does a really nice job of it. He's got his second and some late joy for the Dockers.
Max Gawn saying that it was touch. We know they always check the goals. But Nat Fife just realising there was a turnover centre forward, had the ability to go forward and catch the Melbourne defenders out. They say he's had an up and down game, Brownie.
Yeah, tough day. He's disappointing the first half especially. Stephen May's been very good on him for the majority of the time. He just didn't present. And
it's
hard to tell.
It's hard to tell.
Is Convinso big, Maxi?
Goal stands. Back in the middle, Gawn. Sarong, the rising star winner. Hunt gets it the other way. Oliver. Gawn. Harms. Loses the bounce.
You mentioned Sarong, the rising star winner, picked up where he left off, Howie, today. 25 disposals.
He looks good in the centre bounce. He's dynamic.
He actually does.
He's tough.
Yeah.
He reads the ball off the ruckman hand really quickly.
Has he changed numbers? Was he 22 last year? Sure he wasn't 3.
Good point, yeah. He may have.
Pickett. He's lit it up a couple of times today. Driving ball. Didn't quite advantage his forwards. And Chera drops into the hole.
Still a work in progress. The connection with inside their forward 50 from the mids and backs. Good at that,
Swikowski picks up nicely. Can he keep his feet? He does. Akers hustled off the footy by Salem. Now Langdon, this man can run. The reduced rotations will help his game as he strides out on the wing to Oliver, the milestone man. And a couple of options. McDonald plays on, goes short, doesn't quite hit Petrarca. Does really well at ground level to Jones. Melbourne fans would love to see their former skipper snag one, but it's not to be. What a Fremantle take out of the day?
Not a huge amount. They take some injuries out of it, unfortunately. I like the fact that they were able to alter the way they moved the ball, which is difficult in game. Through necessity, really. They had to kick the ball short, obviously.
Jones finds Harms.
They're very coachable. Longmuir's obviously getting his message across, so that's a good sign. And look, I think they hung in there. I thought they've competed hard. Danger signs early, like 15 minutes in, you think, geez, this could be a 15-goal whopping.
I think their midfield was a positive. I think their midfield got on top. Got on top of the Melbourne midfielders without having a dominant ruckman. I mean, Meeks has competed all day, but certainly the midfielders in Fife, Brayshaw, Sarong, Chera.
2 goals last season for James Harms. Crosses the paint of 50. Hooks it. Piercing ball. Gets through Brayshaw. There was an option for Henry. They don't go that way. Fife in the middle of the ground. Slick hands to Taberner. Hits 45. He's kicked a couple. Matty Taberner. He's got 3. Great finish.
It was easy transition. Great kick out from Young out of the goal square just to attack the middle of the ground. Sometimes it's a risky kick. You don't know how it's going to unfold. Brayshaw had a real opportunity to take this mark. And as soon as that mark slips through the hands, and really good decision, good composure.
Sarong. Yeah, he's a good player, young Sarong.
Yep, that little chip kick to allow Taberner to catch up and link up with run and carry, and then the ability to finish.
She's a fantastic camera.
Yeah.
Great insight.
In Melbourne, Geordie, there seemed to be a lot of questions asked about the Demons the last couple of years. Have they answered many, if any, today?
Oh, I think, you know, you look at the side out there and Tom McDonald, how's he going to play this year? Well, he's certainly put his hand up, young James Jordan. How our new kid's going to play? Cozzy Pickett. The issue's still around the centre bounce. They've been beaten around that, beaten around stoppages. And sometimes a connection going inside their forward 50. But their defence is strong.
May and Lever have been outstanding throughout the day. Now they've got some run. The Demons on the outer flank. Neil Bullen. He's got options deep. He goes that way now. That's a good ball. That's a good balls inside 50s we've seen all day to hit Jackson.
Yeah, I know the game's obviously petering out, but one of the advantages or the positives out of this limited rotation, as the players start to get tired, more space will open up, especially in the last quarter of games. Players are fatiguing, so you'll see these midfielders pop out into open space and have the opportunity to have 2 or 3 bounces. In this case, it was Neil Bullen.
And it was well read by the forwards. Instinct says you want to lead up to the player, but they realised he had time and space and retreated.
Jackson pops it inaccurately.
He's been ordinary. He's kicking. Bit of work. He's goal kicking. He sprayed one before. He shanked one out to the right. So he didn't kick through that properly.
Young comes towards the members. Right over the top of the skipper. Palms read it well off the boot. Going to send it back from whence it came. Petrarca double teamed. McDonald will sleep well tonight. What number intercept marks that, Brownie?
For the game, 25, yeah, 26 for Melbourne. It's been pretty impressive, hasn't it? Lloyd Meeks, young Lloyd Meek has competed hard. You know, and as Louis mentioned before, they've won the clearance count in the Dockers by 8. So in his first game, it's been an admirable performance.
Oliver takes advantage of the space provided by Jetta. 3 big forwards, and Jackson says, get out of my way.
Wow, that is exciting.
That is.
The Melbourne supporters, the way he extended up into the air, can play in the ruck, but what about that for a key forward?
That's when he's at his best, when he's coming across the stoppage. I think when he's coming from straight on, the defender can actually still maintain body contact, but when he's worked out if he comes across the front of the stoppage, he's got the size and strength and the ability to get up higher than nearly anyone.
He's had a couple of opportunities this quarter, wasn't able to convert. Mark like that needs a goal. He goes short to Petrarca, who'll kick after the siren to put some cream on top of the cake.
Gonna have to put him through key forward school, Hal. You don't pass those off. Not after a big catch like that.
So Melbourne are home at the MCG to start the season. The only question is, what is the end margin? Currently at 22 points. Petrarca kicked a goal in the first term and a goal to start this term. 23 disposals. This will be his 24th. He'd love a 3rd goal. Petrarca hits nothing. So Melbourne win at the MCG, 11-14-80 to the Dockers, 18-58. The Demons by 22 points.